Shalom, everyone, and welcome to your third lesson of Biblical Hebrew. Today's letter is the letter Gimmel, and Gimmel makes the sound of, or the equivalent sound of the English letter G, as in the word goat. So Gimmel makes a G sound, and as you can probably tell by the name Gimmel, Gimmel makes a G sound. So a hint to Hebrew letters is that their names usually will give you the indication of the sound of the letter. So Gimel makes a G sound. But what you also may notice is that Gimel has a dot in it. See, right over here. Which means, like the letter Bet, it is a Begad Kafat letter. And the G in the Begad Kafat stands for Gimel. So now you're probably wondering, what are the other sounds that Gimel makes? So this is the sound. So in ancient Hebrew, Gimel with the dot would have made a hard sound like G, and without the dot, it would make a softer sound like in the word aghast. And I have no idea how to isolate that sound, and I'm glad I don't have to isolate a GH sound, as in the word aghast, because today, Gimel will only ever make the G sound as in the word goat. So you don't have to worry about Gimel changing sounds, because we're using the modern pronunciation. So here's a chart that may seem a bit more helpful in explaining this. So in ancient Hebrew, it used to change sound, but in modern Hebrew today, Gimel will not change sound. Bet will, but Gimel won't. So you just have to know Gimel is part of the Begad Kafat letters for grammar purposes, but Gimel will never change sound, so you don't have to worry about it. And this is the pronunciation we'll be using. So whether there's a dot in Gimel or whether there is no dot in Gimel, Gimel will always make the sound G, as in goat. Okay? And I'm kind of glad that it does that. I do not know how to isolate the GH sound anyway. Okay, so continuing. Okay, we're going to take a look at your first word with the word Gimel. And this is the word gan. Gan. And this is how you're going to learn how to pronounce it. So we're going to take a look at the consonant. The first consonant is Gimel. We're going to look down and we see the vowel. What vowel is it? We've seen it before. It is patach, and it makes an ah sound. Hence why you see the letter A right after the G in the transliteration. So it makes an ah sound. Then we look over to the next consonant and we see the letter nun, and it makes a n sound like the letter N. So we get ga, n, gan. And this word means garden. Okay? Next word. This word is gadol, gadol. And let's see how to pronounce it. We look at the first consonant. It's a gimel. It makes a g sound. Look down to the vowel. We see it's a kametz. It makes an ah sound. We look over to the next consonant. It's a d sound. It's the letter dalet. You have not learned this letter yet, but that's okay. You'll be learning that in the next lesson. And we're going to look down. There's no vowel here, so what's going on? We're going to look over to the next one, and we see this is the vowel. So sometimes the vowel can be down, sometimes it can be the next, to the left of it. So this is actually a vav. You will learn this later on, that vav can also act as a vowel. And over here, it is acting as a vowel and making an O sound. So that's where you get the O sound in gadol. Then we look over to the next letter. It's the letter lamed, and it makes a L sound. So as you can see, gadol, gadol. And that's how you pronounce it. So you can see here, the letter, look down, see the vowel, look over, we see the letter dalet. There is no vowel down here, so we look over to see where the vowel is. It's over here. it makes an O sound. So this and this will be combined to make do sound. And then you have L, the letter for lamed. So ga, do, that's how you pronounce it. Okay? And this word means big, great, large, important, or mighty. So that's what it can have a range of meaning depending on the context. Okay? Next, you're going to learn how to write the letter Gimel. Now, you start with a line, a little horizontal line, and then draw almost like a vertical stroke, as you can see here. So horizontal line going down. So over here, horizontal line, then going down. Then you draw a line from that stroke out to the bottom here. And Gimel kind of looks like a little man walking. You can see this looks like it has a head. This looks like it has legs. So it looks kind of like a man walking. And that can help you in remembering what Gimel looks like. You can think of it as a little man walking. So you may get it confused with some other letters, but that's one of the ways or tricks you can use to remember that Gimel looks like a little man. So you can see here also the letter. It looks like it has a little foot there, so it can look like he's walking. Okay, so now the next exercise you're going to do is you're going to do a letter search. So this is Psalm 23, and what you're going to do is you're going to see how many times you can find Gimel in this text. Okay, but before that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the vowels for you, so that way you can see the consonants clearly, and that way you can find the letter Gimel much more easily. And then also I will highlight where God's name appears in the text, so you know what his name looks like. Okay, and now I'm going to put a timer up, and you're going to see how many you can find. Okay, ready, set, go. And time's up. So let's see how many are here. We have, let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. You got 4 Gimels in this text. Okay, so hopefully you found that fun trying to find all the Gimels in this text. Okay, so what you should know by the end of this lesson, you should know the name of the letter. The name of this letter is Gimel, and it makes the sound of the letter G as in goat. The transliteration, we write it as a G. What type of letter it is? It's a consonant. Club, it is a Begat Kafat letter. It's part of the Begat Kafat club. So Bet is part of the Begat Kafat club, and Gimel is also part of the Begat Kafat club. But Gimel will not change sound. It only enjoys the free cakes, pastries, and coffee at the club now. Gimel owns Bet is the only one that's in the sound changing business so far. That between the 2 letters that you've learned so far from the Begat Kafar Club, Bet is the one that does the sound changing. Gimel just enjoys the free coffee and pastries. Okay, and what other letters are part of clubs? Aleph, Remember, Aleph is part of the Gutturals plus Resh club. I told you I'll keep repeating that. So what are all the clubs you know so far? The Gutturals plus Resh, which Aleph is a part of, and the Bigad Kafat club, which Bet and Gimel are a part of. Okay, so this is what you should know going forward. Okay, and this concludes the end of this lesson, and I will see you in the next one where you learn the letter Dalet. Until then, shalom and God bless.